Hi, this is Donna Taggert, the dietitian for Department of Aging and Human Services. So this summer, it has seen record heat, and hydration obviously has been very important during the heat. But regardless of the weather, hydration throughout the year is so important. Our bodies need water to function, and the hydration is the process of replacing that water in our bodies. We need water to survive. 55% of our body weight is water, including in our bones. Water makes up all our body fluids, our tears, our saliva, our sweat, our urine, all keeping all that in balance. It helps our heart pump the blood throughout the body. It helps rid the body of waste, regulates our body temperature, and it helps our brain even work. So obviously, we all know it's important. So first of all, I'm going to talk about what are the sources of hydration. So water is the best. It's the primary source of hydration, making up the foundation of what they call the hydration pyramid. They recommend about 20 to 50 fluid ounces a day coming from water. Next is your support level. That's unsweetened tea and coffee. They recommend either 0 amount up to 40 ounces a day of that. The next level is the nutrient level. These are the beverages that provide nutrition. So think milk, which provides protein, calcium, magnesium, those kind of things. And natural fruit juices, not sweetened ones, artificially sweetened or anything. These are providing the vitamins, minerals, things like that. So they recommend 0 to 16 ounces a day of the milk and 4 ounces a day of juice. And then the very top of the pyramid is our occasional indulgences, it's called. These are the sugar-sweetened things. So the sodas, the energy drinks that have added sugar in it, cocktails and, alcoholic beverages, especially summertime ones like, the ones that have a lot of sweetener stuff in it. This is 0 to 8 ounces per day. So obviously it's not something you want to do all the time, but it is indulgence, as I said. We're going to have a little link that you can pull up and see this. This is a picture. It's actually a picture of beverages instead of the hydration pyramid, but it has basically the same thing, and you can look at that more closely. It's kind of everything I've talked to in a little bit more detail. But again, the basis of this big picture is your water. That is the most important thing. So, how much water do we need? Well, it kind of depends. Not an easy answer. Depends on how old you are. Depends on, it's really different for every person. Depends on your health. If, say, you're having a bout of diarrhea, you're going to obviously need more water to replace that. As we age, we need a little bit more water because we're not triggered to drink water, like our thirst doesn't kick in. Activities. If you're out in this heat, doing gardening or, walking or anything like that, you're sweating, you're going to need more water than any other time of the year, perhaps. Where you actually live, higher altitudes, they need more water. So again, the weather is important. If it's hot and you're sweating, you're going to need more water. But the general rule of thumb is divide your weight by 2, and that gives you your ounces. So a 140-pound person divided by 2 would be 70 ounces, and that's roughly 8 to 9 cups of water. Now, some people say up to 15.5 cups of water for men and up to 11.5 cups for women. Can you get too much water? Can you drink too much? Yeah, you can. It's kind of rare, but what happens is your kidneys can't get rid of all that excess water, the sodium levels drop, and that could become a life-threatening event. But most often, people are not getting enough water. That's usually the issue. A lot of it's because as we age, again, we don't recognize our thirst isn't kicking in, so we don't even think to drink. Some people will tell me, I don't want to drink later in the afternoon because I'll be getting up all night, going to the bathroom. So a lot of issues as we age that cause us perhaps not to get the amount of water we need. I always tell people, check your urine. If it's changing colors, getting darker, then you're probably starting to get dehydrated. It should be colorless to light color, and if it's not, unless you're eating some kind of weird food, you're eating a lot of beets or blueberries, the color might be different, but if it's getting a darker amber color, then you know that you're probably not getting enough water. Also, if you're getting some headaches, feeling dizzy, those are signs of dehydration. Staying well hydrated is really one of the simplest and healthiest habits we can adopt. But is it so simple? And we'll talk about that in a minute. Recent study has shown that adults who are well hydrated were less likely to develop chronic conditions like heart disease and dementia. And another long-term study showed, and it's like 11,000 people over 25 years, showed that hydration was a key to healthy aging and longevity. So, you know, it sounds simple, just drink more water. But, you know, if you're like some people, I'm example, I don't always think to drink. I get busy, I forget to drink. So, you know, first of all, try to figure out kind of what your goal is. Do that, divide your body weight, and at least start with some kind of starting goal that, hey, I need to get like 9 cups of water a day. And then figure that out. Don't start, you know, just don't wait till the end of the day and think, oh, I gotta drink my 8 cups of water. That's crazy. You got to sip throughout the day. Find something fun. I have, this is a company called Tervis, and you can get all kinds of cool designs. I have a lot of them for your sports interest, anything. And sometimes this helps finding something you like and makes it fun to drink. I recently found these on, where else? Amazon. These are going to be door prizes for the senior centers this month when we're doing hydration. This is a cool little bottle where you can monitor. It starts at 8 a.m. at the top, goes down to 1 p.m. and then starts again 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And so once you get to the bottom, you refill it and you start over, and by the end of the day, you've drank 60 ounces of water. It's got little things like get started, you did it, keep going, don't give up. Little, you know, if you need that kind of motivation, it's got a little strap to carry it. Key, make sure it fits in your water or your beverage cup holder in your car, because if it doesn't, you more than likely leave it at home, forget it, and then boop, there goes your thing. So there are lots of apps on the phone. If you're into phone stuff, you can put on and do reminders to drink. There's little stickers you can get where you check off, you know, as you're drinking. You can make your own little chart and put it up on the refrigerator if you need that kind of stuff for motivation. Often it's just a matter of getting into a habit. Over the New Year's resolutions, I don't usually make a lot, but this year I thought I'm going to have this kind of, it's about 2-cup holder. I fill it with ice water the night before, and it sits next to my bed. And the minute I wake up, before I get out of bed, I drink that water. I'm like, I'm going to drink at least that and get started. So I'm still doing it because I've tried to keep doing it as a habit. A few times I've missed, but getting into a habit of something really helps. Like I said, the apps can help track. You can eat some of your water. Does that sound weird? 2% of our water comes from the fruits and vegetables we eat. You know, I'm always saying eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Good for your heart, your brain, your bones, your gut. But it's a way to get some water. So up your fruits and vegetables. That's a good way. And I'm also going to put a link to, this is a handout from the American Heart Association on infused water recipes. So if you're like, oh, I hate plain water, and you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money on fancy waters. Once in a while I buy something, but you know, just you can use your own water. And this has lots and lots of good ideas of using fruits, vegetables to infuse in the water, and great recipes, and then maybe that will help you, you know, enjoy it more, especially if you're like, I really love to drink a lot of soda or something. This, you know, another thing is some people have these soda stream things where you can pump carbonation. So you could put your infused water and pump carbonation in it, and it's like a seltzer water, or you can buy seltzer water if you like the carbonation to it. So there's a lot of good ideas. The main thing is you just got to get started. If you're not a person that drinks a lot, just say, today I'm going to start. It's never too late. You find out what works for you and listen to your body. Watch for those signs of, hey, I'm not getting enough water. And next month I'm going to be talking about healthy aging. It's Healthy Aging Month in September. And all of my talks are really focused on how can we age in good health. And so I'm probably going to just be reviewing stuff because that's what I do for all these things. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for next month, happy sipping.